Hi everyone,
Hey,
welcome
you guys.
to this session, which is Q&A while wearing drag makeup with Nitish Anand. And I'll have to make a few announcements before we start. For recording, we will be recording this session for those who can't make it or for you to rewatch this later. Recordings will be available for up to 30 days for when you be put up. We are pinning the video so that the presenters will be recorded. This means you can choose to keep your video and audio on or off. So if you speak, the recording will only pick up your audio and not your name. You can type your questions in the chat box if you prefer, and depending on the presenter, you can private message them as well.
You're
Please
welcome.
keep your audio mute whenever you are not speaking, otherwise we might pick up your background noise. We encourage you to check our Sugar and Spice Facebook group for
Yep.
latest updates and announcements. As for consent, please do not contact other participants outside of the festival without their consent. You can always ask them for permissions through the festival or Facebook group before messaging them. We do not want instances of participants feeling violated or unsafe. So for emotional support, please email us at emotionalsupport@sugarandspice.asia. So we welcome Nitin. Take it away. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, hi guys, my name is Nitish Anand, and most of the people they know me as Shabnam Bewafa. I'm India's youngest performing drag queen, and Shabnam Bewafa is my drag name. Apart from this, I come from a typical Indian Punjabi family. However, the roots from my paternal family are from US, and I'm a white Indian, come Punjabi, and I'm a drag queen. That's basically it. And today I'm going to show you that how you can do the makeup on this beautiful canvas just by using some simple steps. So every time I have a show and I put a lot of makeup on my screen, like on my skin, it gets really hard for me to do the aftercare. So that's why I use this toner from Biotech every time I do my makeup. So before we do my makeup, I'm gonna put this one on. Here we go. In the meanwhile, you guys can shoot me questions. I love questions, and your questions can be like of any spectrum. Like I'm a non-judgmental, very open person, a drag queen. All right. So a drag queen or a drag king or the art form drag comes from. See, it all started long back into the Victorian era when the women were not allowed to step out of their houses, but the men used to be the one who used to dress up as women and entertain people on stage. So drag queen means a guy dressed up as a girl to entertain people on stage. How is the drag culture different in India? It's not quite different. However, we just started drag 3 years ago in India. We introduced it. However, it always existed in India somehow. But our society or the people who were a little against it tried to demean it or try to like put it as a subcategory in the art forms. But it's going great. Like the drag culture in India, I mean, we are trying hard. How is it accepted? Alrighty. Alrighty. So for example, if you go to a nightclub or if you watch a movie and you see a male character performing as a woman, how would you accept it? It is the same way you accept it in your respective countries, the way we are respecting it. However, we had a law in India that used to criminalize uh, the sexual connections between the same gender people. So people thought that drag initially was a category of the LGBTQI plus community. However, it is practiced everywhere. It's not important or it's not compulsory that if you're gay, bi, trans, queer, then only you can do drag. If you want to do drag, anyone can do drag, and that's how it's widely accepted. Like most of the people in my shows are usually not from my community, and they're there only for the entertainment, and that's how I love it. And after the toner, I'm gonna put some moisturizer to moisturize and hydrate my skin. Here we go.
Must drag
Everything.
always be with big hair?
Not necessary. So drag is the only art form in this world that has no rules. It like you should have an imaginary character in your head that you want to portray to this world. For example, for me, Shabnam is a hot blonde chick girl, so that's why she wears a blonde wig most of the time and her hair are long. But I know drag queens who uses their short hair and they entertain people on stage. It's your imagination that how you want to portray your underdogs.
If I put on makeup and dramatize myself, is will that be considered drag?
Yeah, if you're going to use it to entertain people on stage,
Hmm.
it can be used as drag. Every day, like in our daily lives, we all do drag. For example, we are always taught to be a better student in school. We are always taught to be a better teacher at school or a better colleague at workplace. And if we are not feeling that from inside and we're just portraying it, it's drag. I'm sorry, I missed last two questions. Can someone repeat them for me because my hands are sticky now?
Are there more drag queens than kings there?
In India, yes, because we recently started it, and people are a little reluctant to accept their identities. So currently, we have almost 20 drag queens in the ratio of four drag kings in India.
Drag has to do the intention that caricature,
Sorry, I didn't get that. So this is my
caricature.
foundation. Mhm.
Drag has to do the intention that the caricature
I'm sorry, but I'm not
intention.
understanding this question.
Mata,
If
what's
you
your
can write.
question?
Okay, so my question is, sorry. So it sounds like drag
Mhm, no
has
problem.
everything to do with the intention. That means the intention to entertain. So even if you
That
put
is
on
correct.
ugly drag makeup, even if your drag makeup is ugly, but if
Mhm.
your intention is to be a dress up as a drag king or queen, then you are doing drag. Is that right?
That is correct. See, as I say, that drag is the only art form that has no rules, right?
Nice.
So even if so, I know some drag queens who don't even put on their makeup and they just shave and just put on a lipstick and perform on stage because we think, see, somehow they challenge the stereotypes of the beauty standards we've set in the society. And drag is anyway celebrating your underdog. So if you're not feeling like to put a lot of makeup, or if you don't know how to do your makeup, but still you want to entertain people on stage, it's the only art form that will not stop you to follow your passion.
So then I was asking, is drag have to do with it's not just drag makeup, it's what they do as well. So is it like some kind of they become some kind of caricature of a real life person?
Either of a real life person or either of their imagination.
Mm.
That all depends on how the person wants to take it.
Channel it.
There's a variety of things. Hmm.
They can channel like some kind of archetype.
Correct. That is correct.
So what do you channel?
I'm sorry.
What do you channel when you are in drag? Your favorite character? Is it your auntie?
Uh, no, no, no. That's not. That's not. I wish if she was. But so who all have watched the show Hannah Montana?
I think I have.
So I love impersonating Hannah Montana, and I love impersonating Lady Gaga, Britney Spears, some characters from the show Glee. I mean, anything for me personally. See, if I have a taste in my character, it doesn't mean that all the drag queens have the same taste. For me personally, I love all the blonde chicks and the poppy positive character. They are a little dumb and funny, and then also performing also a dance like they should know how to dance like my characters should know how to do dance. So I'm mix up of Taylor Swift, Hannah Montana, Lady Gaga, Britney Spears, and the other characters that follows in the same category.
How did you get into drag? What's your story about getting into drag? What interests you about drag?
All right, so it's a really funny story. So when I was growing up, little did I know that I was gay. And I was not seeing the conditions of where I'm from. That is India. Back then, we had no resources to read about it, to feel about our sexuality, and considering this place as an open platform, a non-judgmental platform to share. Um, I really had a difficult time realizing what I really want from my life. And then I started watching show. The first encounter for me with a drag queen was in a movie called Hairspray. It's also a famous Broadway show wherein the main character's mother is played by a man. And you guys won't believe that I thought this is a thing that I will never do for my life. Ended up doing it. So when I tried it for the very first time, I realized that it's a punch to all the people who were somehow hurting the feminine side I have inside of me, judging me for that. And it was my biggest comeback from like for them. And it also gives me a chance to dance on all the female parts of the song, which I've been asked not to as a guy.
Did you have any pushback when you first started drag? Does your family know what you're doing?
So if I'll be honest, at some like to some extent they know that I do drag, but even if I'm sitting in my room right now and doing my makeup, I think they're too busy in their life to not to like disturb me. As long as it's keeping me busy, as long as I'm keeping my college assignments on time, they have no problem with it. Luckily, I have a good family. But yes, sometimes they also find it weird for their like boy to wear makeup and like dress up around, perform. But I think eventually with time, they will soon understand that. They might make a balance of their love for me and their fear for the new things which they haven't explored in their time.
Mm. How open are you with I mean, I know that you said your family know what you're doing, but how open are you with them? Like, do you go to them and go like, "Hey, look at how is my outfit okay? Like, what you guys saying? Do you guys want to go to my show?" Is it that open?
So this doesn't happen with everyone, but yes, with my sister because like she's very supportive. She was the first person I came out to. So every time we go shopping together, I like tell her this is a nice dress, and now you won't believe that she takes most of her dressing and makeup advices from me. So that's lucky for me. But every time I come back from my show, I come as a guy. Not only for my family, but for the people around who live there, like the aunties, the Indian aunties we have in our neighborhood. So yeah, they can be very toxic.
Can imagine.
Yeah.
What is the main misconception about drag queens or drag in general,
So in
especially in
general,
India?
in India, not only in India, but I think it's the problem we have all over the world, and especially in India too. There are two major misconceptions. Most of the people think that we are sex workers. We are not. You won't believe I've been I've been tempted by some like approached with really exciting offers at a nightclub, which I would not like to follow. Like the men they see us as a sexual object. They see if this is a guy dressing up as a girl, he might want some action with us. But I believe that my heels are bigger than their mentality. And the second misconception we have is people consider us to be, they connect us with the community in India. But I would like to inform you guys here that the trans community and the drag community are different.
Mm,
The trans people are the people who are not really actually okay with their body and they want to transition as per their own convenience. And the drag queens, they're okay with their body, but they just want to dress up and entertain people on stage.
mm,
It has nothing to do with my gender identity, being a drag queen.
mm.
As of now, but life can always surprise you, so never mind.
So how do you entertain people on stage? Do you do lip syncing? Do you do comedy?
I do all of it. I'm a full package. I do lip sync, I do dancing, I crack jokes sometimes, I host the shows. The thing that I love doing in drag is being an anchor. I love being an anchor on stage, introducing the other queens and telling people the theme we have. Like being a narrator in drag is what I love the most. It makes me feel I have a control over the show, which I don't have in my life and my dating life for sure. It okay. So how long does it take to get in drag makeup? It depends from a queen to queen. Most like some queens they take 3 hours, some queens they take 1 hour, 2 hour. I generally take half an hour to 1 hour because I've been doing this practice since so long. It's been 3.5 years. I'm doing it. So yeah.
Do you also host out of drag, or is it just mostly in drag?
When I didn't have drag in my life, I used to do it as a guy too at some local events near my house. But with drag, like I started to have fun in it being in drag when I started doing it in drag.
Mm.
Do you go to makeup school
I
to learn?
never been there. This is all from YouTube. Like I learned makeup from YouTube.
Who is your YouTube influence? Like your favorite YouTube person you follow?
There's no one like that. I'm a really boring person, being very honest. I watch random videos. Like if I come back home after having a fight with my guy, I'll just watch random videos, and then I love watching random videos on YouTube and on Instagram of eye makeup, contouring, blushing, face makeup, and I observe them. Then I sometimes, if I have time on weekends, I try them at home. So that's how I practiced and learned. There's no particular person in general. However, I really love a drag queen. Her name is Willem. She's from US and she was also in RuPaul's Drag Race. I love her, and also Violet Chachki. She's gorgeous.
Yes, I know who.
Yeah, you do?
I listen to her song all the time. His song all the time. All I want is a vagina. That's the
Oh
song.
yeah.
It's
I
an
love
amazing
people.
song.
Yeah. I actually love and embrace people who actually talk about these things in an open platform. Like, it also makes us understand that talking about such stuffs, for example, sex and all the other problems and the things we have associated with it is not a taboo. And when I was young, I was interning with this company called Love Matters India. They have their headquarters in, I believe, somewhere in US. I think south, like in South US, but they have one of their branches in Delhi. And they were like it had my first encounter about so when I was growing up. I was asked to say shush when the people used to say sex. But nowadays, I believe with all the awareness, I feel even more open to talk about myself and address the issues I have. And that's really nice.
Yeah, I mean, especially like with you and on the forefront of, breaking down barriers and stereotypes, especially through drag. That's such an empowering thing.
I know I'm fabulous.
Ah, you are, honey.
Shoot more questions.
Do you think what you see in RuPaul is like the actual representation of what drag queens and drag kings face?
So I believe that RuPaul's Drag Race, no offense to anyone, RuPaul's Drag Race is a reality TV show, and it's usually scripted. However, the performances and the costumes they wear, and the songs they choose or the way they do their so if you're a drag queen you are your own makeup artist, hairstylist, costume designer, light setter, director, producer of your own show, choreographer. So it's a big task, and they really show these things to the world on the screen, that the drag queens they work really hard just for one show or just for one session or just for one look. But also at the same time, the bitchiness and the things they do to get TRPs on the TV is not really what drag is about. However, 70% of that show is real, and I believe it's empowering a lot of young drag queens around the world. But also, they're also somewhere or somewhat shaping their mind in such a way that drag queens should only be mean. Drag queen should be shady and sassy and sassy. However, if we go to the history of the drag, it's just a free art form where it allows you to be anyone or do anything which you want on stage. So
Mm.
yeah, here we go.
I'm like excited to see the process.
Is there a brand for your products that you're using?
I'm sorry.
Is there a brand for the products you're
Yeah,
using?
I use Olivia, then I use Biotic. It's this one is like the toner and the moisturizer which I use on my skin before putting on makeup. They are really like biotic. I mean, they're really Ayurvedic in the mean. Like I want to say they are very natural, organic, because they are the first contact of any makeup through my skin. Then these are Olivia's. These are really deep and thick paint sticks that is gonna hide my green shadow after I shave my beard. Then there's a primer. There are different brushes from MAC and LA18 eyeliner. So I have mixed brands nowadays. Shopping from different places, doing my tours from different cities, I have collected a lot of stuff. Yay. I can put up a store tomorrow, I think.
So how do you get your gigs?
All right. So, okay. So when we started drag, there was a really great club named as Kitisu, which is owned by Keshav Suri, who's an openly gay man in India, and he also is one of the petitioners to abolish the Section 377 we had in India that used to criminalize the sexual contacts between two consenting adults of the same gender. So he had his own club to celebrate drag because he's a big time drag fan, and so he started booking us. So I met him really. So it's a really funny story how I met him. I had a breakup, just had a breakup with my guy at a nightclub. Imagine me as a guy, really young. Like I was really young, and I was in drag. Since I wanted to do it, I was doing it, and I was crying. And I just went up to a random stranger in that club and asked him for a smoke. And that man gave me something more than a smoke, nothing fishy. He gave me an advice because he was so stunned to see that in a country like India, where even the heterosexual people have difficulties in coming out and being their true self, I was just roaming around in a nightclub, just being myself because I was so sad. So he said, "Why don't you do it on stage?" And I was like, "Which stage?" Then he turned out to be the owner of the club, which was Keshav, who was Keshav Suri. And the next week he booked me. I was really nervous, and that's how I got my first show. And when I started doing this drag, so it became a little trend in India because it was very new to the people. They wanted to know it, they wanted to explore it. But it doesn't mean that I had all the positive life. I've met some people who did protest against it or the homosexuality, and gradually more people wanted to do shows, and then they got in touch with me and then my manager, and then we started building my brand name Shabnam, and that's how I get my shows now from social media. And since the lockdown too, I've been doing a lot of live sessions like these and panel discussions, and I believe in the lockdown we have utilized this time by doing such events because everyone is sitting at their home, everyone is being some sort of bored in their lives, and we're giving them something new, we're giving them something informative. So what's better we can like what's better we can expect out of it, and that's how I get my shows.
Is there a special way that you get a close shave?
I'm sorry.
Is there a special tip or way that you get such a close shave?
I'm sorry, your voice is breaking. Yeah.
Okay.
A close shave, very close shave. Is there any tips? How do you get a close shave?
A close
Very
shape of
smooth,
what?
yeah. Very short, like very smooth. How do you get that? When you shave,
Uh-huh.
yeah, sometimes you feel you still have hair, right? So how
Ah,
do you get that? Yeah, smooth.
see, it's very easy. Either you can go for a really smooth or a soft shaving gel, and then you can just gently shave your skin area. If I cannot do it, then I just go to a nearest salon, my salon nearest to my house, and then they do it for me. Because growing up, I think I never learned from someone how to shave. Like, I used to see my father shaving every day, but he never taught me that. And then I used to get it from outside only. Then one day I had a sudden show and I was in the hotel room only. Then I tried it for the first time. I did had some cut somewhere, but then gradually time taught me how to shave, if that's what we call a thing. Yeah. So this is Swiss Beauty eyeshadow I'm using for the day.
Who are you going as right now for this, for what you're doing, the makeup?
Authentic Shabnam Bewafa.
With blonde hair?
Yes, with blonde hair, not really a wig, but with a ponytail. So I'm trying to grow my hair. So I'm gonna make a pony, then I'm gonna attach a blonde ponytail to it.
At what point in your makeup process do you transform into Shabnam?
All right. So for different people, they have different points wherein they start to feel their imaginary character, which they have created for themselves. For me personally, uh, if I'm doing my makeup, I'm good. But when I put on the lipstick, I feel that Shabnam is around me. She has entered the room. She has entered the building.
Mata's done.
I
I'm sorry.
know my makeup is very fast because that's all I know. How about Dani? Why did you turn off your camera?
Like I can only
Ah,
see my
there you
face. I wish
go.
if I could see you guys too.
Actually, I used lipstick as, how do you say this?
Your shadow?
Eyeshadow.
No, no, this is not. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes, like if I'm running short of makeup and I only have a lip color, I'm gonna use it as an eyeshadow and also as a blush and also as a lipstick at the end of the day. This happens sometimes. For example, I'll just show you. Wait, I'm gonna get a lipstick and I'm gonna do my contouring with it. Wait. Mhm. Where is it? Give me 1 second, you guys.
This is so fun. It's so intimate. We are in your bedroom looking at you put on your makeup. Thank you for doing this.
Oh my god, I'm so glad that you guys actually considered me to do this for you all. And this is a lipstick. This is a brown lipstick. I'm gonna use it as my contour.
Have you done
And
online drag sessions? Like here in the Philippines, we have a community here where they just do online sessions. They have a variety show on Zoom and then everyone can watch it on Facebook Live. Do you also do that?
like, if like I haven't done anything of my own yet, because I also work as a, apart from drag, I'm also an executive, so it's really hard to manage. And then also I have to meet people around. But yes, I have done many lives like this where the other person, like for example, Martha for us is hosting this wonderful event. So, for example, if someone have texted Nima or someone have connected me to someone who's already doing a live session, I'm gonna join them and give them my part. But I haven't really actually took the initiative to do my own shows. Maybe I'm too lazy for that, but maybe someday I'll do it for sure. What else? What else is there?
Is it okay to ask about your love life?
Trust me, I need someone to share all of these things. Let's go, girls. Let's share that.
Before that, I see that you have a semicolon tattoo
Ooh.
on
Ooh.
your left arm. So can you share the story behind that?
Well, that's a part of my love life again. So, when we all are young and we find the first love of our life, it's really serious because the feelings and the emotions are really serious. So, I had I had a lot of boyfriends throughout my life because of this beautiful face and my sass and my personality, of course. But this guy was really special. And so when I was growing up, I never had a normal family. They all used to go to work, and I was the only one who was left at home after school. I just used to watch TV. So TV was my only friend. And then he came to my life and put me up from all those darkness and dark night. But then all these beautiful things, they have to end someday. So when we were ending that relationship on a really mature note, we went to this tattoo parlor and got this tattoo done. So basically, a semicolon shows that if a author wants to write a sentence that he thinks is going to end, but he wants to continue writing it, so he puts a comma after it. That makes it a semicolon. But for us, maybe our story was still here only, but we will never give up to find our companions, if that makes sense. um, our story was over for me and my boyfriend. Our story was over, my former boyfriend. But maybe we will never stop loving each other just because we can't be together because of the world. Or maybe we're never gonna give up on love, and we will never gonna give up on hope, if that makes sense. Thank you so much, Lexi. I have another one though. It's a moon and some waves and some stars. Let me tell you the story of this one too, the meaning especially. So, moon in the Indian astrology represents femininity, which I have, and the stars, they show that how magical it is, and also the waves, it shows that how fluid it is at the same time. Sometimes I'm pretty masculine, sometimes I'm very feminine. So my femininity is fluid, but it's also magical. If that makes sense.
Does your friends know you do drag?
Does
Does
my
your friends and family know you do drag?
initially people had no idea, like you guys won't imagine. We were so when I was in college, we were planning to invite a drag queen to one of our panel discussions at in our college. And this senior came up to me and asked me, hey, do you know Shabnam Bewafa? Like he knew that I was gay. So he asked me, hey, do you know Shabnam Bewafa? She's a drag queen. Can we get in touch with her? And that fool had no idea that I'm Shabnam Bewafa only. But now they know, because most of the people, they see. So Shabnam and I, so my drag, so when I'm in drag and when I'm without drag, I look really different with the beard and all. So sometimes I've seen people in the Delhi metro, or like in the metro stations or in trains and flights, or even in ways to, like they're talking about the drag scene in India, talking about me, but they won't even realize that I'm standing or sitting next to them. And I love that people are giving drag so much attention and reading about me and stuff. And also they don't know that that's me. It's like I'm invisible and I can see people talking about me. That's really funny. It's time for blush.
Have you ever gone out in public without actually, I mean, in drag, without the intention of performing, or of like, oh, I just feel myself today. I just want to transform into this wonderful woman. Have you ever
Yeah.
tried that? Like going to the grocery store, being in drag?
Not at the grocery store, but yes, as like I traveled in the public transport in drag once, and I traveled in the ladies compartment, and trust me, no one knew that I was a guy. And I felt so good. I felt that I almost fit in. And in the not in the grocery store, but yes, some, like one day I was traveling from my one show to another. So I thought not to change and dress up again. I thought I'm going to wear the same costume. So I was in my cab. I stopped for a cigarette, and that guy was calling me ma'am, and I was like, achievement for the mug. Nice makeup skills, Shabnam. I told this to myself.
So you're in drag to not fit it, or do you want to fit it? Like, What's the difference?
So I think that I'm a little confused these days, but since it's a non-judgmental platform, maybe I'll learn something new about myself. Sometimes I feel that I love all this femininity which I have inside of me, and I really want to stay like this forever. Sometimes I wish that the next day I'll automatically wake up in drag or wake up as a woman. But sometimes I feel really hard to accept my femininity. I mean, this all is like sometimes understanding yourself is the biggest task in this world, wherein you can talk about a lot of stuff, or you can understand people around you, or the young people like who look up to you as a role model, or they ask you certain things. So I love making them understand about themselves. But when it comes to me, sometimes I think that I fit in without drag, and sometimes I fit in with drag. So that's why I personally feel that the sexuality and the gender expression for anyone in this world, anyone, is always fluid. You would never know that what is gonna happen tomorrow. Maybe I have seen people who were married and who were straight guys till 40 years or 50 years of their lives, but then one day just woke up and realized that maybe this is not who they are. Maybe they want to transition into a woman, or maybe they want to do something different with their life. uh, Talking about this scenario reminds me of Kim Kardashian's father, Bruce Jenner. So Bruce Jenner till 56, till he was 56, he was married, had 4 kids. But after then, he realized that maybe he's a woman trapped inside a guy's body, and he went for the transition. So I believe that the gender expressions and the sexuality we feel, or the preferences we have, they're always fluid. And that's how, like, for me personally, I might take some time now, like, to actually like, it's gonna take years because I really don't want to rush and do a mistake to my life. But yes, sometimes I fit in, sometimes I don't, if that makes sense. Highlighter.
What is your favorite part when doing your makeup? Like, I know some who love it when they place highlighter and it's the best thing in the world, and some like
Like, for me, it's everything apart from the eye makeup, because I really goof up the eye makeup sometimes. Since I say that I was never been trained, so I love highlighting. The best part which I really love, however, I love everything about makeup, is the lipstick. I love lipsticks. Like, even when I'm working and like all my good people are around, not the people who judge me, I just put a lipstick at my work, and not the and won't do the whole makeup. And sometimes the eyeliner. However, I goof up their eyeliner too. Like, all the women, we might understand that it's a struggle evening your liners. Like, sometimes this one is perfect, this one is not. Either this is perfect, this one is not. But if both of them are perfect, they look amazing. Trust me.
What is the least favorite thing about drag queens or drag performing that you like don't like? The least favorite thing about drag that you dislike.
The pain we have the next day. I mean, after all the heels, the makeup, the pins, the wigs, the bras are so tight, man. Salute to all the women who wear them every day to work. Like, I get to wear it twice a week, and my back hurts like hell. I don't know how you
Thank
girls
you.
wear it every day.
But are you wearing
Damn.
the right size?
No, I'm wearing a right size, but also it hurts.
Yeah.
I, I don't know, it hurts. And the next day it hurts the most, even the heels. Like, I can dance in heels all night, but the next day I can't go to work. Trust me. I need a free day, just a self-care day the next day I perform. Trust me on that.
do
Yeah.
you talk? Like,
I'm sorry.
do you talk like other drag queens? Do you talk your genitals?
Yes, I do when I wear dresses. If I'm wearing a sari or something Indian, it doesn't require a lot of tucking. But when I'm wearing a bikini or maybe a short dress. I can't explain the pain. I can't, girl. I can't. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When you first
That
talked,
hurt.
how long did it take for you to tuck versus now? Because I think now maybe you might be like professional in tucking.
It usually take 30 to 40 seconds if you have the right instruments to talk. Like to use the instrument that we use to talk things in general.
Someone asked, "What's your favorite outfit?"
I love saris. The Indian saris, I love them. You know why? Because saris, it shows the right amount of your body, it covers the right amount of your body. Even if you're not waxed for the day, you can wear a sari with a great blouse. Like sari is my savior. If I have to get ready, if it's not planned and I have to get ready, I go for a sari. Like it's my next door thing to do. Sari, sari, sari. And I have a lot of saris. Trust me. So what are we looking for now?
Do you get that awkward look when you buy saris at the shops, like to sew your blouse and get your measurements, or do you
Okay,
do
so
that
buying.
on?
I'm sorry. Go ahead, please.
And when you go buy your saris at the shops, do you get shop owners giving you like a question look or confused look? Why this guy is buying saris? Or
Not shopkeepers.
measuring yourself to make the blouse?
All right, all right. So before I answer that question, it's a makeup hack and a tip for everyone. If you're like me, lazy and clumsy, and you lost your blusher somewhere, you can also use a lipstick as a blusher. Mhm. That goes well too. And buying a sari for me is not a task because I've seen guys buying saris for their girlfriends, their wives, their friends. So buying a sari is not a task, but going to an auntie to get a blouse sew is a task. Like if I'll go to an auntie and say, auntie, I want you to stitch my blouse. Beta, why? And then the whole argument will go for an hour, and then she will be like, what's your cup size? Oh, this is really small. Go for double D, go for double A, go for big ones. There's a where do you live? All the aunties wants to know where do I live. All the auntie wants to know who all I have in my family. If I have a sister, is she married? Does she have children? Oh, she married to whom? Oh my god, I can't explain. So going to an auntie for to get my blouse stitch is a big task. Is a big task, like the biggest task. It's like next to impossible. So I usually go for ready-made blouses.
Do you wear like for your for the breast? What do you put to sort of fill the cup up? Do you put
It,
anything or is it just illusion like you makeup?
okay, so I don't know. I'm not really professional putting on makeup here. So what I do, it's my hack. It's my secret. Don't tell it to anyone because I look sexy with that. I'll take a padded bra and I'll put socks in it. I will roll my socks and I'll put it to create the illusion. Because when it comes out, it takes a shape of a boob, and then it has some shadow here that looks like a cleavage, and it looks good on stage.
Mm. How about the bum area? Do you put anything there to accentuate?
I have good ones.
Right. That works.
Hmm. It comes with a lot of workout because there's a really hot guy who, like, the gym I go to, it has a really hot guy, and I want to flirt with him, so that's why I squat. But he never gives me attention. I don't know why. Guys are like this always.
I actually wanted to know Elma's thoughts. Elma, how do you find this session so far? Learning
It's
about
good.
drag.
It's good. I mean, there are a lot of things I wanted to tell to people, and you guys are actually asking me those questions. So it's actually bringing out all the information I had to make this place better, and also like the things I always wanted to answer. Like I was craving for people to ask me these questions, all my struggles and stuff, and what I like and not. Because when when they come to see me performing, they only see me performing and they go. Hardly two or three people they interact with a drag queen. And trust me, no one wants to date a drag queen in India.
Elma, what do you
Okay, so I want to ask. So you just said that no one wants to date a drag queen in India.
But
So
I'm
is what you're doing cannibalizing, sabotaging your romantic and sex life?
not really, but yes, in the LGBTQIA plus community, the gay people, they are usually scared of the drag queens. I don't know why. Maybe because they are more attracted to the masculinity that the guys have. And if some guys are feminine or effeminate, they feel a little cringy to date them. But luckily, I have a good face. hmm And I'm handsome as a guy too. So I have a lot of options around me. But still, the guys that I want to date doesn't give a fuck about me. So yes, the pain is real. Is the lip liner time?
So answer to Jasmine, I find it very interesting, very eye-opening for this session itself. It's very interesting side of it. Yeah.
Uh-huh. That's great. I'm glad that I'm here to be able to make a change and to make it interesting, because usually the guys I date or the people I have in my office, they find me very boring.
what do you do? What's your day job? And you said you're studying as well?
Yes, yes. All right. So I work in the payment card industry at a secured place as at a credit bureau. So you might have seen those people in the banks who are just working, working, working like a boring foghorn. That's me, one of them. So I work with Equifax, which is a credit bureau in US. So I work remotely from India for them,
Mm.
and I'm studying. Like I'm trying to take some acting lessons these days because my manager has some big plans for me now. So I'm studying theater and acting nowadays. Uh, 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 uh,
Have you ever been on TV?
Many times. So that's my father watched me on TV, and that's how I came out to him.
Mm. What was
I
it?
never.
What was the show?
So it was, I believe, I did an interview with India Today. See, I messed my lipstick, I think. But never mind. Yep. So it was some show on India Today, which is a news channel in India where they were interviewing drag queens, and they recorded my show. Like when I was performing, I was stripping. And imagine my papa sitting with me on a fine Sunday afternoon, watching their son dressed up as a blonde chick and strip. And I was like this. I hope he won't recognize. I hope he won't recognize. And he was like, "Is this you?" And I was like, "Uh-huh." Then he's like, "Nice figure." And I was like, "Seriously, Papa? Just like at least give me some drama, some tears."
Like you were ready for it, right?
Like
Like I was
I
ready for
was
this
ready for it,
moment.
but he was very calm. But then after a week, then he started taunting me for that. That's what Indian parents do. You haven't scored good because you're doing drag. Or you're crying because you're doing drag. You're so happy because you're doing drag. Oh, you're about to leave your job because you're doing drag.
Oh, you have a headache, you're doing drag.
I'm sorry?
Oh, you have a headache, that's because you're doing drag.
Yeah, the Indian parents. Most of the parents, they say you have a headache because you use your cell phone a lot. But my papa is different. He's extraordinary. So my makeup is almost done, and I hope that it's visible. Is it visible?
Yeah.
Or should I turn on some more lights if I can find some in this room? So this is
Yeah,
my
we can
living
see
room.
it.
You can see it.
Mhm.
We can see it.
I know. However, it's not my best makeup because we're in the lockdown and I'm running short of products, but I tried my best. So now I'm going to show you this. So this is the ponytail which I'm going to wear for the day. I got it from, I think we have the Indian version of Walmart here, which is called Big Bazaar. So big means big and the bazaar means a market. So I got this one from there because I don't understand that why India banned Sheen. Do you guys know about Sheen?
The makeup and hair store.
I know they used to give me the best quality dresses and makeup, but India, because of the lockdown, banned them.
Ban or
So I
just
don't know
like
what.
they had to shut down?
Yeah, banned their services in India. They're still running outside India, but they're not giving any services to India. That hurts me.
Oh, you should find a different sponsor then.
I'll look for something someday. It's life. I need to find a fairy tale for myself first, like a real actual fairy tale. Then I'll see what else I can do. So now I'm gonna place it here with this. Give me one moment. I'm gonna change this one. I'm gonna be back here in 40 seconds. Alrighty. This is my fastest illusionist. Like this is an illusion I'm gonna make now. See, you guys can see I'm wearing my pajamas and this. You're gonna watch me in a dress in 40 seconds now.
Do we count?
Ask questions, people.
I want to know how
Alright.
it happens. Oh, okay, wow, okay.
Alright, so this is some link in here. Give me one moment. I'm trying to find my rubber band now, which is the task. Where is it? Mhm.
That was fast.
That was
I
very
know.
fast.
You didn't say 40 seconds.
That was less than 40 seconds.
You're like,
You will be surprised to know that how beautiful dress I have in this one. So who all are the Cinderella fans we have in here? Does anyone like Cinderella?
Cinderella.
Yeah, I love her to the core.
Among the Disney princesses,
Yeah,
why Cinderella?
because she has a fairy godmother, and I also feel that I have some angelic persona around me. Sometimes you can call me crazy. I believe in fairy tales, and I think that after all this struggle from the society, the pain and the stuff, someday I'm gonna find my Prince Charming, and it's gonna take me away to some, like we're gonna get settled in like near some beach, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. So let's see. Give me one moment. I hope it's okay. Give me one moment. You ever tried designing? No, I haven't. I can only wear clothes. I can never design them. I'm very lazy. Give me one moment. I don't know if it turns out to be a great look, but let's see. Give me 1 second. Wait. Ow. It's really hard getting ready without a wig. Wait. So this is my bandana I got from, I don't remember, some local market in Delhi. So I'm from Delhi, the New Delhi in India. I lived there, did my schooling from here. I did my college from here. I worked from here. But I just want to get settled somewhere else as soon as I grow up. Give me one moment. Check my mirror. Okay. I think somewhat okay. Wait. Alright. Do I look like a queen from 80s?
yes.
Or should I do it more? Should I Indianize it a little bit? Is it okay now?
I like that.
Wait, let me do something with this. I think this is good. So here we are. Hi, this is Shabnam with the lesser makeup, and I got ready. I did a record today. So how long has it been for us to start this session now? Yeah, one moment. Okay, so I this is
It's
the
an
first time.
hour.
It's been first time in forever. I got ready in an hour with less makeup products. I know. I gotta work from side to side. And thank you next. I love Ariana Grande. Alrighty.
Have you thought of
I know
going full time drag? Have you thought of doing it full time?
I tried once, but then I believe that the field which studied for in my college is a little different, and I am also very studious, and I'm really serious about the thing I'm doing apart from drag. So I somehow manage both of them together now. So yes, I wanted to go for full-time drag, but then I also love my career, the other career. So I'm trying to make a balance between both of them because I do drag as a hobby, like as a hobby, but my field of interest is different. Within the back office, I love writing stuff. I love writing, and I love, like, I'm that geeky, nerdy person. I love keeping the records, keeping things clean and organized. So yeah.
Is drag expensive for you?
Drag, not really. Like wigs, they are really expensive for me. Not for me, but for everyone. And that's basically it. I mean, the wigs are only expensive for me. Like the dresses and the other stuff, the makeup is like really affordable. But the wigs, they are, and especially the blonde wigs in India are super expensive.
So Danny is asking if you can perform a song for us.
I mean, I would love to, but I have some aunties around right outside of this room, and I'm daring enough to get ready here, but not daring enough to perform a song. So they will come in and say like, "Pita kya ho gaya?" Like, kid, what happened to you? Hey, Ewan.
So does Sabdam have a different accent?
When she is drunk, oh yes, girl.
Because someone feels that you are different now from when you started putting on makeup. You sound different.
Do
Because
I
now that
sound?
you're done.
I'm not sure. Like, okay, so this, if you feel like that my accent is different now and like everything is different now, it might be because maybe you guys made me so comfortable, and also maybe that being Shabnam, like Shabnam might be a different person altogether. Maybe 10 years down, like after 10 years, I might be a complete woman, and I might look super different. So no one knows that because like see, I sometimes believe that for Nitish, like my other personality, apart from Shabnam, I feel like Shabnam is the fairy godmother of Nitish, who's pulling him up from all the darkness and the things he has to face on a daily life. And that's how I love Cinderella too, because I believe that me being a fairy godmother to my inner self is the greatest gift, is the most greatest, kindest, and the magical gift that I can give to myself.
I like that. That's really nice.
I know, girl. Yep. Shoot me questions.
So what are you going to do after this now that you're all dressed up?
Well, so what I'm gonna do after I finish this event, I'm gonna wipe off all this makeup, gonna take a hot shower.
Oh.
Then I'm gonna make some tea and some breakfast to like for myself, and I'm gonna head to work.
Oh, uh,
Yeah,
what you mean you work in the evening? Oh, because you're following the US timings.
I'm sorry.
You working in the evening?
Yes, I'm working in the evening because I'm remotely working for US. So when they have their day, we have our night.
Mm, makes sense. What's your Instagram?
It's
Like,
I-A-M Shabdam Bewafa. I as in India, A as in Alpha, M as in Mike, S as in Sierra, H as in Hotel, A as in Alpha, B as in Bravo, N as in Nancy, A as in Alpha, M as in Mike, and then Bewafa.
found it.
Sorry, can you say that again?
Alright. It's I-A-M Shabdam Bewafa. So I as in India, A as in Alpha, M as in Mike, S as
Mm-hmm.
in Sierra, H as in Hotel, A as in Alpha, B as in Bravo, N as in Nancy,
Wait,
A
wait.
as in Alpha.
I'm getting lost then. Oh, I found it.
Why don't I write this one for you? Give me
Yes.
I already wrote it down.
Yes.
It's in the chat.
1 second. Here we go.
I already wrote. Yes, there you go.
I-A-M Shabu.
Is this the one?
That is correct. This is the one.
I just WhatsApp you.
So
And
how
since
do you
we all are in.
how do you juggle? Because since you say you work during the night for US time, and then what if you have a gig at night also? How do you juggle? Do you take leave or do you swap shift?
So it depends on the availability of the people at the workplace. If they have the bandwidth, I can take a leave. If they don't have a bandwidth, then I can swap my shift. If not, then I leave the rest to the god. So what I do, sometimes I overwork for them, or sometimes I lie that I'm sick, I can't make it. Oh my god, I'm stuck somewhere. Oh my god. So like this
Shabnam came
happens.
out.
Yeah, this happens. So that's how I do it. That's how I roll it.
Do
I
you used to wear your sister or mother's clothing as a child? There was a
so
question there.
see when I was young, I used to play a game with my mother, wherein she used to make me wear her saris or dupattas. Like this is also from my mother's. I still kept it. It's been 20 years that I have it with me. So I used to wear it, and usually the Indian mothers, when they see their son wearing such feminine things, they slap them or like taunt them or hit them. But my mother was very chill. Luckily, the parents I had were really educated, really aware that they really had no problem with me doing anything as long as I'm keeping myself busy and I'm safe and I'm alert and I know what I'm doing. Because they have always believed in this ideology that the person who's doing it knows him or herself or themselves better than anyone else. So instead to question them, instead to poke them or taunt them, we should try to understand and embrace. So yes, it's true that when I was young, I used to wear my mother's clothes, not my sister's, but yes, I do a lot of shopping with my sister. But yes, I used to wear. I'm still wearing my mother's shawl. So yeah, here it is.
What advice do you have for um, young Indians who wants to get into drag queen or drag?
All right. See, the Indian drag community that we have. See, most of the drag queens are really bitchy, and the drag politics is very toxic. So for them, I really want them to understand. First, they should be really sure of what they want to do. So there are different types of drag queen as well: lip sync queens, the dancing queens, the comedian queens, or the music video queens. There are different types of queens. The actors, the queens who are actors. So first they need to realize what they want to do, in which drag queen they want to be. Then they can find their own ways, the way I did from YouTube. If not, they can always reach out to me or any other drag queen who's already in the drag scene. Then we all can like work together, because we all can perform together. And if we have more people, we would be able to do more acts, more musicals. Because I'm a Broadway fan, I would love to do musicals with a lot of drag queens someday. And that's basically it. I mean, and also for them to understand themselves, if they are lost, my advice to them: if they are lost, then they can always be found, and they should know that it's never too late to turn their life around. If this is what I've done in my life, whenever I feel that I'm stuck, I felt that I was stuck or I have no direction, I just turned my life around. I just did something which was not expected. When I had a breakup, I was really devastated. I started drag, and they took me here. When I was in high school, I had medical science, and then I could not become a doctor, so I went for literature. I turned my life around. So if we're gonna take the risk, maybe our life can lead us to something that's unpredictable and surprising, but also really heartwarming. Any more questions? Because Shabnam is getting late for her hot shower and a hot chocolate.
Anyone else has questions? Elma, do you have questions? As a guy?
Ask me anything.
Yeah.
How long do you realize from young till now the changes? How long do you realize the direction that you want?
See, I think that it's an ever going process for everyone. When I was little, when I was really young, I could never imagine that I'm gay. And when I realized that I'm gay, I would have never imagined that I'm a drag queen. And now, when I'm a drag queen, I might be a trans woman tomorrow, or I might do something totally different. When I was in high school, I wanted to be a doctor. Little did I know that I'm going to go for English literature in college. And when I was doing that, I never knew that I'm going to work for the payment card industry. So I believe that all of us, we never know. Like for me personally, like some people, they go really planned, like everything for them is really well planned. But for me personally, I love taking risks, and I love things when they go with the flow. I leave everything to the God and the people around me. I just work hard. See, if I'm on something, I'm gonna give my best to it, regardless who's gonna stop me. And I believe that little did I always knew that I liked boys. But now when I like boys, I would never know that maybe someday I might be a bisexual guy or a trans woman or or a completely asexual person. I believe, since as I said, that these sexualities and the preferences we have or anything we have in our lives are really unpredictable. So if that makes sense, I never knew that I was going to this particular direction. But yes, I knew that I will be headed somewhere, and I love taking risks. So here I am.
Was it difficult for you to be accepted by your family when you were in the process of the changes, or
See,
maybe
not really.
your society?
Okay. See, I see that sometimes what happens. See, for a young kid, for any young kid from our community, any girl or any guy, they want the other people around them to accept themselves first, and then they will accept themselves. But gradually growing up, meeting new people, listening to new stories, I have realized that we should accept ourselves first, and then then whoever who actually loves us will accept us. And if they cannot accept us, as I said while when we started this session, that we should have enough of balls to feel that our heels are bigger than their mentality. Because see, for example, if you guys like brownies over cake and I like cakes, will you guys disown me for liking cakes? I think that you might understand that I might have a different taste or a different preference. And even if being a guy, I like a guy, that's my personal choice, that's my personal preference. And I deserve to be respected by the people I consider friends to respect my opinion and my preference of that. And when if they can't do it, then the door is there. And I have all the positive vibes in this world. And I would really don't want to be with someone who would actually hamper my like my mental state as well. But also, I think that I'm sorry, is it a choice or a preference? It is never a choice. Okay, so if I okay, so suppose okay, so suppose you know someone. For example, Adam is my best friend. Imagine this is Adam. This is Adam. Adam like guys. Like Adam is a woman. Nee, Adam can't be a woman. Wait, Adam can be a woman. Wait, I'm confused. Okay. Suppose this is Ashley. Okay, all right, I'm gonna answer to that question after I complete this one. This is Ashley. Ashley likes a guy, all right, but I force Ashley to like girls. I cannot force someone, and it can't be Ashley's choice to like someone. It will be something that Ashley would feel from inside. For example, if I like a guy from inside, that's my choice from the inside. That's my feeling from the inside. It's not my choice. I can never choose to like someone, right? For example, some people they like spicy food, or some people they like sweet food, right? Um, we like such sort of foods because it comes from the inside, right? No one has asked us or obligated us to like that sort of food. And suppose, all right, the best example in this world, my final example for this question. Suppose I write from my right hand and I have a really great cursive writing, and my teacher forces me to write from my left hand. That won't be my choice, right? Because me writing from my right hand is my authentic self, but me writing from my left hand might not be my authentic self. And if someone forces me a little, I might be able to write from my left hand, but will my writing be the same? Will I be happy? No, right? So if a guy likes a guy, people can force them to like girls, but they won't be happy because this comes from inside. It's not a choice, it's not a preference. So I hope if that makes sense, because whatever we feel from inside, any attraction we have towards any gender, it's natural and it comes from inside. And let's go to the next question, like the previous question we had. I think I missed that question. If someone can be so kind enough to read that for me.
What hopes and dreams do you have for the Indian society in general with regards to sex and sexuality?
I think everyone and anyone who's consensual, like who's adult and giving the consent to the other person to live with them, should have the right to marry, or like if they want to get married. Because in India we do not have same sex marriage rights. We do not have same sex adoption rights. I mean, the government should let people live and live, because I believe that imposing their rules on two people who have the purest form of attraction, which is love, is the biggest sin that they can ever do. So yeah. So I basically, my hopes are only for the same sex rights and the same sex adoption rights and the equality for anyone, not only for the people from my community, but for anyone and everyone. Like they should have the freedom to dream and the freedom to live and the freedom to love. Any more questions? Did I lose you guys?
Okay, I think Fiona, you're on mute.
Yeah. Thank you so much for doing this and being so open and honest. And I believe we all learned a lot from you. And oh, we got one last question. Would you
Yes, yeah.
one day like to have children of your own?
All right. So this might sound weird. I really love kids, and all right. So I have some plans that I might adopt my children, and like they should be twins, and one should be a like one should be a girl child and a guy child. I would have both of them, and I would raise them up from the scratch, and they should be twins because I have this obsession with twins. I don't know why, and with the love of my life.
Paternal twins. Yes.
Really. Like I really look forward to this in the future, but yes, definitely I'm gonna have children when I'll be having someone stable in my life, not the guys I have these days. They suck, but they also don't know how to.
Okay then. Yeah, follow Shabnam on Instagram and
Instagram me, girls,
yeah.
and I would like to thank all of you guys from the team of Sugar and Spice for having me here and getting me in touch long back through some people. And I'm glad that we were actually able to make a change tonight, and we were actually able to talk a lot of stuff which people are not really okay to talk about. See, even if I'll have a sex toy with me, the aunties and the people around here in India might have a problem with it. Even if I breathe and I'm a guy and I'm a little effeminate, they have a problem with it. But places like this, they actually bring the artist and bring the underdogs inside of me. And I really look forward to celebrate them. And thank you so much once again. It was really nice being here.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
I
Thank you for
know.
coming.
Bye, girls.
No,
Miss me
wait,
and
wait.
follow me
Let's
on
do a group
Instagram.
photo.
All right.
Let's do a group photo. Dani, can you turn off your clap?
Uh,
Turn
uh,
off your clap. I don't know how you do. No, turn off
I'm
your
ready.
Off
video.
now.
Turn off your clap. Fiona, you don't
It's
want to
off
be on the
now.
camera.
What clap?
No, that was Dani. Okay, let's do a group one. Wait, wait. Okay, 1, 2, 3, freeze. Okay, I'll just do a screenshot of all of us. Okay, that's all.
All right.
Hey, got
Thank
echo, you know.
you.
All righty, girls. Bye bye.
Thank you so
Miss
much.
Moy.
Bye. See you.
Have fun.
That was so fun.
Ciao.
Okay,
Martha,
so
you're
it's
on
free and
mute.
easy for the next half hour or so, 40 minutes, the next 40 minutes. So we have, oh, let's stop.